G'day mates, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to cover all the insanity that went on today in the NA East DreamHack Grand Finals, including the accusations that Clix and Bizzle made against a whole bunch of EU pros for teaming and stream sniping. I just want to show you all the evidence, show you what happened so you can make your own opinion. I also wanted to talk about the tweet NickMercs put out earlier today about how he might be returning to Fortnite and how ridiculously massive this would be for the game. Also, I have a cheeky tips or trick at the end of today's video. A few of the pros were doing a ridiculous new rotation trick in the game today that I have seen no one doing, and on stream a bunch of you guys wanted me to break it down and show you how you can do it, so make sure you stay tuned to the end for that one. Before we jump into today's video, guys, you may have noticed we hit 100,000 subs on YouTube, so thank you so much. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. The celebration video will be out in a few days. If you haven't already, please chuck a like on the video, subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Now let's just jump into it. And now, before I jump into showing you all the context of exactly what happened today between Clix and Bizzle and a whole bunch of the EU pros, let me just show you how heated it got for Clix at one point.
Like, this game just doesn't want me to win, dude. We get creeped every single tournament I play, dude. And then this mother. I'm actually flipping.
Alright, so in case you missed it, let me break down exactly what happened that got Clix to that point. Basically, they qualified for the grand finals. Stretch's team also qualified. We all thought it was going to be ridiculous. We're going to finally see Stretch go against Clix in a tournament, but that didn't really happen. Stretch's team ended up going to Doom's Domain because Zayt and Saf didn't qualify, where they pretty much spent the tournament splitting Doom's Domain with Chap and Skittles. They never fought once. They took all the loot. Both teams were happy. But that didn't mean that Clix and Bizzle were out of the woods just yet. Unfortunately, they had Wavy, Jacob, and Arkram dropping on them, obviously two insane NA West players, and they also had Antics and Nate. So that's kind of rough. They're getting triple contested on Sweaty when the biggest team that they thought they were going to have to verse isn't even dropping there anymore. Game number one went pretty well for Clix and Bizzle. Clix got an easy elimination on spawn. They grabbed a little loot and they rotated out. They made it towards the end game. They ended up getting about 50 points and it wasn't too bad. Game two is where things started to break down a little bit though. They dropped, they didn't get the best loot, and they tried to rotate towards Castle, and that's when Arkram and Wavy Jacob straight up keyed them, ran them down, won the fight, and then that's when Bizzle started to get really tilted.
Pop here, split.
Pop mini.
Mini box.
One box. 120, 120. Wait, he's weak. He's weak. I hit him 130. Get your thirst. Get your thirst. Get your thirst. Take your time. He has a spaz.
Fucking West players don't know what the fuck.
Bro, why are they griefing, bro?
Took to Twitter and made this tweet where the point he makes is kind of valid. I know a lot of people are upset with unregion locked tournaments because the idea is when people make finals and they don't take it as seriously because it's not their own region, but I don't really know if that's the case. I do think both the teams that were international dropping at Sweaty Sands were doing it for the best of their tournament. Obviously, Antics' team dropped there through all of Trio FNCS, had ridiculous success, one of the most consistent teams in EU, so it makes sense they dropped there in the finals. I don't think they were target griefing them, but this is where things kicked off right now. A lot of the EU pros started getting a little bit heated, started kind of trolling Bizzle. There was a bit of ratio going on backwards and forwards between mongraal, Benji, and a few of the other EU pros, and this is where things started to get a little bit shady because after game two is when the stream sniping and teaming accusations came in.
We can't.
Bro, don't end stream, but there's no chance we could stream events in the future because of this shit.
We're not streaming any events in the future. I got fucking dual PC for nothing, literally. It just blows my mind. Fucking losers, dude.
Dude,
It's just so cringe.
Clix and Bizzle not streaming events in the future would be a massive blow, not just to their fan base, but Fortnite tournaments in general. I can't imagine what I would have watched today during the early game because there wasn't that many people streaming the event, and most of the people had these huge delays on. So as much as I talk about people putting on delays to stop stream sniping, it really does ruin tournaments from a viewing perspective. But let's see what the accusations were, and were they actually stream sniping?
Dude, they are stream sniping. It's Chapix and Milan. They were hiding behind a fucking tree because they knew we were rotating out, bro. There's no way these EU kids are fucking stream sniping you.
What do you mean?
How are they that stupid? Dude, they were what?
No shot.
Dude, they were, man. They actually were.
So the reason why Bizzle found this so suspicious, not only is the fact that they came up to the tree and waited for Clix's team to rotate out, it's the fact that it is Chapix and Milan, which are 2 EU players, and that's where Bizzle started to say that Nate and Enderlix got their team, their friends, to come and stream snipe them and grief them. I asked around, and I know they're both from EU, but I don't think they're incredibly close friends. So again, this clip wasn't really enough for me. It was like, look, they rotated down, but at the same time, they probably knew that Clix's team had been getting in fights earlier. There's 3 teams contesting. Coming through fully stacked and taking shots or cleaning that up is a decent strategy, but it was a little bit suspicious to say the least. But it's afterwards, what happens once they go for the reboot, that things kind of get a bit sketchier.
No, look.
What? Wait, Antics is over there? What are they doing? Wait, they're getting ready to hold. Wait, what?
I don't know.
Dude, what's going on?
I just don't understand why they're not going to zone and they just focus on you so much. Like, you're more HP than both of them combined, and they're not focused on you. That just blows my mind.
Of course I had to fight the guy that was fucking healthy. Damn, if I found Milan, bro, he was 1.
Yo.
So with the first clip of Chapix and Milan coming up the tree and holding, I kind of excused that. It's a decent strategy if you want to get easy elimination. Zone was pretty close, but once it got to this point where Enderlix's team got to just rotate out and then Chapix and Milan full centered onto Bizzle just for 1 elimination in Storm, either it's a little bit suspicious, it's at the least, it's a little bit suspicious and it's a really stupid play. At the most, it is potential signs of stream sniping, but again, there's just really absolutely no way to prove it. The only thing that made me think that it was even more suspicious was next game with a very similar zone, with a very similar situation. Chapix and Milan chose not to push Sweaty, and the only difference in that game where they didn't push Sweaty is the fact that Bizzle and Clix never got into a fight, so they were really healthy, so I don't think they were as prone to go and fight them. Again, I want to think maybe because of the kill feed, maybe because they had other information they knew. Again, I'm always on the side of trying to give people benefit of the doubt because stream sniping and teaming are huge accusations, and whether you believe it or not, whether you're a Clix fan and you do think that this was stream sniping or teaming, the issue is there is really nothing that's going to be done about it. It is not concrete evidence, and if that's what you need if you're going to ban someone for teaming or stream sniping or taking action, but if Clix and Bizzle are correct and what they say is true and they don't want to stream any more events, this is going to be a really sad blow for watching Fortnite tournaments. Now, I know that was a whole bunch of beef, drama, negativity. I just wanted to keep you guys up to date because it was a massive, massive event today, but we still have to talk about the winners of the tournament and celebrate them. We had XZ Knight and XZ Shark, the duo kings, coming out on top on 338 points, and man, this team is looking so ridiculously strong. They were looking ridiculous in duos before we went to trios. They were insane through trios, and they're back to being nuts in duos. We also have Acorn and Jack, who came second on 329. Unfortunately, their last game, they did slip off the pace a little bit. They got a 4 elimination 19th when they were going into the last game on first. We also had Booger and Avery coming third on 285. So all round, it was a really good tournament. Unfortunately, there wasn't as many stream perspectives as usual, and the ones we had were really delayed, which is a bit sad, but it was a great tournament overall, and it seemed like the pros were really, really happy to have duos back. However, we did have other pros such as Stretch taking it to Twitter to talk about how bad the meta is right now with shockwaves and crash pads, and I know a lot of people are going to think, oh, Stretch is just complaining, but there were a lot of really, really top tier teams that didn't even qualify into finals, but then again, there was a lot of EU pros that did. There was about 14 or 15 EU teams that made it into the top 50 to qualify for grand finals, so it's looking like duos is playing out a lot more aggressively than what people would have expected, and it's coming down to a lot of mechanical prowess, and I'm not going to say not a smart decision making, but it definitely is coming down to who can win their fights, especially on spawn right now. Before I get into that ridiculous rotation tip, I did just want to talk about how NickMercs tweeted today that he's hopefully going to be coming back to Fortnite, which I would be so excited for. We've lost so many massive content creators to other games who've quit Fortnite for a number of reasons. We've now had Ninja come back. If we manage to also get NickMercs coming back, I could just imagine like Tim the Tatman, Lupo. I know it's a lot to ask for, but we are going into a new season. We've been told that the event at the end of this season is going to be one of the biggest ever, and it's going to completely change Fortnite. So fingers crossed it's some exciting new content and a bunch of the content creators come back, because the more big content creators that play your game, the more casuals play, the healthier the game is, and the more it grows, and that's what is the key to longevity. So man, I want to see NickMercs come back so bad. All right, first I'll show off exactly what this trick does, and then I'll explain how you do it so you know how strong it is. Because it's very, very simple, but there are some easy ways to mess it up. So as you can see, look how far I have just gone off one crash pad and one bounce pad, and it will work in duos or trios. It sends all of you the exact same direction. All right, to set this up, all you need is 2 1x1s on top of each other. So you're just gonna have to go up 1 layer. So you do have to be 1 layer off the ground. Now that ramp has to be facing you in this direction. It has to be facing you that way. You put the bounce pad on the wall that you want to rotate towards. You edit the top of the cone like that. Now with this, stand a little bit further back. Don't be too far towards the center, because this is the most important part. You have to strafe out a little bit so you're hanging over the edge, because when you line up the crash pad, you want to have it so see how there's that like millimeter of my head that it's touching? See how the blue line is showing the millimeter of my head? You need that. Don't do it like this. It's not going to work. You need to throw it on an angle so it's literally just connecting with your head, and then it will send you the right direction. All right, guys, I hope that video helped. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, please chuck a like on it. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you so insanely much for 100K. Don't worry, I got something coming to celebrate properly. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.